If I could ask everybody to please rise. Good evening, everyone. Would everyone please be seated? Welcome to Norfolk County. My name is Teresa Olson, and I am the County Clerk. I am pleased to open the inaugural meeting of the Council of the Corporation of Norfolk County for the term of November 15th, 2022 to November 14th, 2026. I'd like to thank Mr. Brad Smith for piping in our newly elected council. A warm welcome to everyone who is joining us this evening in council chambers, and for all those joining us through the live stream from home as our new council is officially sworn in and duly organized. Please note that Norfolk County Council meetings are web streamed and televised, and I ask that all attendees ensure your phones are on silent mode for the duration of the evening. With that, I call the November 15th, 2022 inauguration meeting to order. I am pleased to introduce the county's new council and conduct the official roll call for this evening. When I call your name, please indicate your presence. Councillor Tom Michelli, Ward 1.
Present.
Councillor Linda Vandendriessche, Ward 2.
Present.
Councillor Michael Columbus, Ward 3.
Present.
Councillor Chris Van Passen, Ward 4.
Present.
Councillor Doug Brunton, Ward 5.
Present.
Councillor Alan Duthie, Ward 5.
Present.
Councillor Adam Berry, Ward 6.
Present.
Councillor Kim Huffman, Ward 7.
Present.
And Mayor Amy Martin.
Present.
Thank you. We will so note those for the minutes. I am pleased to introduce our vocalist this evening, Miss Olivia May Graham of Langton, who will sing O Canada. Would everyone please rise for the singing of our national anthem? Testing, testing.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, and all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Olivia. Everyone may now be seated. So at this time, I'd like to invite our Chief Administrative Officer, Al Meneses, to provide a welcome address to Council and the guests here today.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, councillors, and everyone joining us tonight. On behalf of Norfolk County staff, I want to congratulate Council for your recent success on October 24th. Since that milestone evening, staff have kept each of you very busy, trying to ensure you are as best prepared for the next 4 years as possible. While your journey commenced immediately after the 24th, your official start date is finally here. To those joining us today in the council chambers and to all of those who have tuned in virtually, a big welcome to all of you as you are witnessing history right before your eyes. Our democratic system has spoken, and the residents of Norfolk County elected you to represent them, which is an honor and a privilege that should not be taken lightly. You have individually and collectively been entrusted with a remarkable legacy and a responsibility to make sure that you build upon past successes. You have all a great responsibility now, and I want to assure you that staff are here to support you. We have a dedicated workforce that works diligently daily in serving our community and implementing Council's direction and decisions. As you heard during the orientation sessions to date, we have knowledgeable and experienced leaders, all espousing a positive attitude and modeling the behavior that we want. We have tremendously dedicated frontline staff that provide services to residents, services that they value in an effective and efficient manner. I'm happy to report to all of you that all of who I've spoken to date are expressed a great deal of optimism about working with each of you in this new term of council. As I look around the table, I see that Norfolk County will be well served by years of cumulative experience and knowledge that is returning, and by some new faces, ideas, and know-how that will help bring additional perspective and contribute to meaningful debate. To our new mayor, the occupancy of this chair comes with much importance and responsibility. You are now the head of council and the chief executive officer of this corporation. As head of council, you'll preside over all council meetings and ensure that the laws governing Norfolk are properly executed. As CEO, you will now chair a board of directors of a very large corporation that is accountable to its shareholders, the people of Norfolk County. I'm confident that each of you are united on advancing the county's interests in a very positive way. Together, we will do our best to distinguish between fact and fiction, to provide significant data, highlight issues, opportunities, and challenges, and provide a forum for meaningful and respectful discussion, leading to the best decisions possible. As you lead this county for the next 4 years, you will encounter many challenges and opportunities. Norfolk is not immune to the macroeconomic and macro-socioeconomic challenges that have surfaced over the last few months, following 2+ years of unprecedented challenges that the worldwide pandemic thrust upon us. Financial challenges, a competitive and limited staffing environment, capital projects the size of which Norfolk has yet to see or fund previously, growth pressures, provincial legislative changes that are fluid and ever-changing, asset management, and so on, are just a few of the myriad of challenges that you will face together. Norfolk County is an extraordinary single-tier municipality unlike any other, and staff are excited and motivated to work with this council moving forward. I believe that residents have put their trust in you, and that decision will be proven to be a correct one. Based on the level of commitment that I've witnessed to date and the discussions that I've had with each and every one of you, I'm confident that Norfolk County is in good hands. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Meneses. So today marks the 7th term of council since Norfolk County was incorporated as a county in 2001, and we will now witness the declarations of office for the new members of council. I would ask that guests refrain from leaving their seats to take photos during the declaration, as we do have a dedicated photographer who will take the required photos for each of the members. I will now call forward Mayor Amy Martin to swear the declaration of office and the presentation of the gavel and chain of office.
I, Amy Martin, have been elected or appointed to the office of mayor in the municipality of Norfolk County, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty the King Charles III. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Mayor Martin, do you swear or affirm this declaration?
I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mayor Amy Martin. I will now call upon each of council to come forward when their name is called to take the declaration of office. Councillor Lyndon Vandendriessche.
I, Linda Vandendriessche, having been elected to the office of councillor in the municipality of Norfolk County, I do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received or will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Councillor Vandendriessche, do you swear or affirm this declaration?
I do.
Councillor Doug Brunton.
I,
I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, and I make this solemn promise and declaration, conscientiously believing in to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Councillor Breton, do you swear or affirm this declaration?
I do.
Yes, sir. Councillor Alan Duthie.
I, Alan Duthie, having been elected or appointed to the office of councillor in the municipality of Norfolk County, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, and I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true, and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Councillor Duthie, do you swear or affirm this declaration?
I do.
Councillor Kim Huffman.
I, Kim Huffman, have been elected or appointed to the office of councillor in the municipality of Norfolk County. I do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payments or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Councillor Huffman, do you swear or affirm this declaration?
I do.
Councillor Michael Columbus.
I, Michael Columbus, having been appointed to the office of councillor in the municipality of Norfolk County, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will faithfully and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Councillor Columbus, do you swear or affirm this oath?
I do.
Councillor Tom Michelli.
I, Tom Michelli, having been elected or appointed to the office of Councillor in the Municipality of Norfolk County, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truthfully, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true and knowing that it is of the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Councillor Michelli, do you swear or affirm this declaration?
I do.
Councillor Adam Berry.
I, Adam Very, having been elected or appointed to the office of Councillor in the Municipality of Norfolk County, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III. And I make the solemn promise and declaration conscientiously believing it to be true and knowing that it is the same force and effect as if made under oath.
Councillor Berry, do you swear or affirm this declaration?
I do.
Councillor Chris Van Passen.
I, Chris Van Passen, having been elected to the office of councillor in the municipality of Norfolk County, do solemnly promise and declare that I will truly, faithfully, and impartially exercise this office to the best of my knowledge and ability. I have not received and will not receive any payment or reward or promise thereof for the exercise of this office in a biased, corrupt, or any improper manner. I will disclose any pecuniary interest, direct or indirect, in accordance with the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act. I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty King Charles III, and I make this solemn promise and declaration conscientiously, believing it to be true, and knowing that it is the same forth and effect as if it was made under oath.
Councillor Van Passen, do you swear or affirm this declaration?
I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 2022 to 2026 council. I now welcome Mayor Amy Martin for her inaugural address and formally pass the meeting to our new mayor.
Thank you very much, Teresa. Good evening, everyone, and I would like to start off by thanking all members of council, their families, guests, and certainly staff in attendance here tonight, as well as the community who is watching from home. Thank you for being with us on this very special evening. I'd like to start off by taking the opportunity to first thank the many volunteers, supporters, family members, friends, and fellow candidates who were by my side on this journey. But most of all, I would like to thank the voters of Norfolk County. Thank you for believing that I can deliver on a better, brighter future for our home, and for knowing that Norfolk County deserves more. My success is attributed to your tremendous support, not only during this campaign, but over the last 4 years. My success is built on a solid foundation of a Norfolk County upbringing that encompasses a deep respect for our history, our heritage, our modern culture, and for the hardworking community members and families that have contributed to Norfolk's story over the years. In experiencing a true Norfolk County upbringing coupled with an openness and a welcoming approach to newcomers and the idea of progress, my messaging has resonated with the voters of Norfolk County and placed me here today in front of all of you. 4 years ago, the Ward 6 community made a decisive change to the municipal level by electing me to the helm. With next to no political experience, I was the youngest and only female representative for our ward, and I fell in behind the big shoes of the late, great Councillor Wells. Not only did this change the history of the ward, it certainly changed my trajectory significantly and put me before some of the most challenging and difficult personal growth lessons that I have experienced to date. These hurdles presented me with a fiery passion to represent Norfolk County better, to stand up for what I believe to be right, to use my voice even when it crackled. I made a choice to fill my full seat as often as possible and to fulfill my role to the very best of my abilities. This experience not only changed my future, but it provided me with a purpose to serve our community that was no longer focused on 1 or 2 issues. I was here to serve Norfolk in its entirety. The opportunity to serve the community as the Ward 6 councillor gave me the ability to dive deep into the needs of our community at large. It afforded me the opportunity to serve residents across our county despite the ward boundaries. It presented me with the responsibility to represent the needs of community members despite never walking a day in their shoes. And it demanded a requirement of me to seek more from the Corporation of Norfolk and those who oversaw it. In doing so, I connected with the community over a common desire for elected officials to do better, to present our county in the very best lighting, a light that celebrated our wins and would result in opportunities to be brought back home for all of us to enjoy and benefit from. I was listening to your concerns, your needs, and your vision for the future of Norfolk. In doing so, I was able to establish the 5 pillars of my campaign that again resonated with so many of you. across Norfolk. It's a typical day at the office here in Norfolk County. Updating community infrastructure, building positive relationships, restoring and strengthening Norfolk's reputation, appropriate communication and transparency, and succession planning for our future. It is my hope that together with staff, I will steer a new council towards accomplishing our joint priorities, while fundamentally improving the working relationships both inside and outside of Norfolk County. This starts with leading by example, emphasizing teamwork and collaborative efforts, showing respect to the public and staff, and recognizing the priority from our community to continue to grow while remembering our roots. We must become proactive, not reactive. We must plan for the future, but a future that will not only benefit the community of today, but the one of tomorrow. And we must fulfill our mandate from the public to find progress while paying respect to our history and how we got to where we are right now. Norfolk County presents each and every one of us with opportunities day in and day out. From our diverse typography, kind-spirited and hard-working community members, innovative new businesses, small town supports, trendy and unique tourism and economic development initiatives as more and more look to have staycations in our beautiful country, cottages and lands with generational ties, food that brings memories alive and family together for multiple generations, rich soil that cultivates top production of countless Ontario and Canadian produce, lake and waterfront for serenity or sport, the UNESCO World Biosphere, trails, parks, green spaces, community events, and historic celebrations, and that is just naming a few of the perks. Our community offers it all. We have so much to be proud of, and we have much to represent and advocate and protect in our respective roles. This new council has been given responsibility to sing our praises, advocate for more, represent all of the above needs with dignity, respect, and that same fierce passion that I found. While I set out to achieve my plans and goals over the next 4 years, I will work with all members of council, new and returning, to ensure that the value of their voices are heard. I acknowledge the challenges that come with being an elected official and know that at times our opinions will certainly differ. But I commit to you, I will lead with respect and integrity, as anything less to any one of you is disrespect to the electorate that puts you in your seats. As the role of deputy mayor will hopefully rotate amongst all of you, a great privilege will be bestowed upon you to dig in more, to learn more, and to serve more. The responsibility is a great one, and the requirement to serve our constituents with the utmost respect, continuity, and care for the duties of Norfolk County must be upheld at all times. While our initiatives may differ, our priorities stay the same, and that is representing the residents of this wonderful community. I'll leave you with a quote from Ruth Bader Ginsburg that I find very timely and relevant to our current political climate here in Norfolk. As we look to build our community back up, we must deliver services that plan for our future. We must activate our community and staff to feel the importance and significance of the role and the great purpose they serve when they do their part. Ruth said, "Fight for the things you care about, but do it in a way that will lead others to join you." This is our Norfolk, and the work starts now. Thank you very much. As we build a collaborative team here at Norfolk County, I would like to invite each member of council to have an opportunity to say a few words this evening and share it with their family and friends. So we can start with Ward 1, Councillor Michelle.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I first want to thank everyone who gave me so many words of support and encouragement during the last 4 years, but especially during my election campaign. I want to thank all of those people who put election signs on their property and supported me in so many ways. In particular, I want to thank what I will fondly refer to as my Long Point ladies and all of the help that they provided me with and all of their hard work. So much thanks also to my entire family for doing so many things for me. My daughter Jessie, thank you very much for helping me with the social media part of my campaign. And I would be terribly remiss if I did not make special mention of my daughter Melissa, who created my campaign literature, my signs, and all my print media. I could not have done it without her. She even made me a t-shirt. And now I have a big to-do list for the next 4 years, and I'm really looking forward to working as a team with my council colleagues and my constituents to make Norfolk County better than ever. Thank you.
Councillor Vanden Drieschie.
Thank you. I apologize, first of all, for my laryngitis. Good evening, Your Worship, Madam Mayor Martin, Clerk Olson, honored guests and fellow councilors. Today is a new start, a new beginning. Firstly, I would like to thank the constituents of Ward 2, Krista Meester especially, and my husband Ron, for the trust you have put in me by putting me back in this seat. Thank you very much. I look forward to a successful 4 years. Nothing will be easy, and we will sometimes feel we have made 2 steps forward and 1 step back. But what I see here is determination. Determination to make Norfolk a better place. This term, we will have all our fresh ideas to make it work as best we can. Sometimes I think I'd like to see this year as a community safety priority. We are receiving numerous calls of unsafe communities with speeding that has gotten out of hand and need mitigating ways to slow traffic down in our towns and hamlets. Personal security on private property surveillance has become a tool used by many, but some rules should be in place. It is surveilling your own property is great, but you can't monitor what goes on in your neighbor's backyard. Wastewater, a huge issue, new housing, development, right sizing, monitoring the wells, fiscal management, and the list goes on. But with the great staff guiding us along, success will follow. But tonight, I'm just so pleased and proud to be here. I feel working with each and every one of you will be my honor. Thank you.
Councillor Columbus.
Madam Mayor Martin, councilors, and guests. Firstly, I thank staff for their hard work and commitment in executing a successful municipal election and planning of today's inauguration, and also for delivery of a most detailed council orientation session. To my council colleagues, congratulations on your election. I look forward to working with you over the course of the next 4 years in delivering value for each tax dollar collected and expended across Norfolk. In closing, I share my municipal council motto, which I've had for years. I pledge my level best in continuing to serve Norfolk County residents as a hands-on counselor who leads from the trenches, always with an ear to the ground and an eye to the future. Thank you.
Councillor Van Passen.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and through you to the residents of Ward 4. I thank them for their support and their trust in me for re-electing me for another 4 years to represent the interests of Ward 4. And also to our new council, I look forward to working with you all and our new mayor to look after the needs and wants of all the residents of Norfolk County. So, thank you very much.
Councillor Brunton.
Thank you and welcome to all the attendees this evening. I'm sure you've had a busy couple of months. I'd like to thank all the people in the past 2 months that have helped me to be here tonight. And especially I would like to thank my beautiful wife that's sitting here tonight that put up with me for the last 2 months. I make no promises, but I will work hard as a team player. There are many rough days ahead. If many of you have watched the Ontario Finance Minister's address last night, it looks like it's going to be a tough road to hoe for many of us, not only in Ontario, but here at Council. I'd like to congratulate my fellow councillors for a well-deserved re-election, and to Alan and Adam, congratulations. I look forward to the days ahead and the hard work ahead. Thank you.
Councillor Duthie.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. It is an indescribable feeling to sit at this table tonight. And it's worth noting that there are many young faces in this room, and really at the core, you are the reason why we are here. You are our future, and we are going to work actively and tirelessly to make sure that our community serves you in your future. To the residents of Simcoe, I say thank you. I am deeply honored and fully aware of the responsibility and trust that you've placed in me, and I will promise you that I will work day in, day out to move our community forward. To my colleagues around this table, I am looking forward to working each day and with you to get to know you more. I'm sure there will be times that we'll disagree, but I'm sure as well that with mutual respect and professionalism, we will find a way forward in the best interest of our community. To the staff in Norfolk County, the residents of Norfolk truly owe you a debt of gratitude. You take good care of us each and every day, and we have a lot of work to do in this community over the next 4 years. I look forward to getting to know you more and working with you, and you have my commitment to supporting you in your work over this term. To my family, my wife Christine, and my children Sophia, Fee, and Maisie, I am thrilled to see you guys here. You've put up with a lot over the last few weeks, and I love you, and I thank you for being there and supporting me. We have to get to work, and that work starts now, so let's get to it. Congratulations to each and every one of you that are around this table, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Councillor Berry.
Thank you to Port Dover and Ward 6 for this opportunity. I'm grateful for the confidence and trust that you've given me. I'm eager to get to work on your behalf and to continue doing everything I can to make our community the best it can be. Thank you especially to all the community organizations and volunteers who have made Port Dover feel like home for me. I've only been there for 10 years, and it feels like I've been there my whole life. I am looking forward to continuing our work together in my new role. To my fellow council members, I'm excited to work with each of you and for all the good things that we will accomplish together. And finally, to my family and friends, thank you all for supporting my pursuit of this seat on council. You all know how much this means to me. I love you all very much, and I hope I make you proud.
Councillor Huffman.
Thank you, Mayor Martin. First off, I'd like to start with a big thank you to my family, to my husband Larry, to my children, Carly, Braden, Abby, and Benjamin, and their partners, Craig and Robin, and my granddaughter Noah, who's here tonight. I wouldn't be able to be where I am without the support of my family. They put up with a lot, and I demand a lot of them sometimes, especially during the election time. So thank you very much. I love you all very much. To my dad, thank you very much for raising 3 daughters who feel comfortable in a role such as this and aren't afraid to use their voice. And on a night like tonight is a night where I miss my mom. Now, to the residents of Ward 7, I would like to say thank you very much for putting me back into this seat for another 4 years. And not only just to the residents of Ward 7, to the residents of Norfolk County, I vow I will continue to work my hardest on behalf of all of your needs. I cherish this job and I take it very seriously, and I want to make sure that I represent everybody to the best of my ability. To my fellow colleagues, I am looking forward to the next 4 years. It's nice to see some new faces around the table. It's great to see some familiar faces around the table. And I'm sure that we're going to achieve a lot of things. We do have a little bit of a difficult road ahead of us. I know that we just had a very difficult 4 years. Whoever would have thought that we'd be doing council through a worldwide pandemic, but here we are. And I'm looking forward to all of the work that we will accomplish. Thank you very much. Oh, and thank you, staff, for everything. How could I forget that? You guys are the glue that keep us all together. Thank you so much.
Now that the members of council have officially taken their oath of office and council is officially organized, there is a requirement under the Municipal Act to convene and complete a formal portion of the meeting. So I am looking for a mover and a seconder to approve the November 15th, 2022 inaugural meeting agenda as published and circulated. Councillor Michelle, seconded by Councillor Duthie. All in favor? That is carried. Thank you. Are there any declarations of pecuniary interest under the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act? Seeing none. Perfect. None noted for the minutes. May I have a mover and seconder that an offer of thanks be provided to the following for their participation in the 2022 to 2026 inaugural council meeting? Brad Smith, our piper, and Olivia May Graham, O Canada vocalist. Councillor Duthie, seconded by Councillor Brunton. All of those in favor? And that is carried. I would also like to recognize the efforts of all of the county staff who assisted in organizing our inaugural meeting this evening. Many of you are here today, and one in particular is not, who we send deep thanks to, Nancy. I'm pleased to announce that this term of council has already hit the ground running by participating in council orientation sessions over the last couple of weeks to familiarize ourselves with legislative requirements, operation processes from the county, and we are committed to continue our educational journey. Our first council committee meeting will be held tomorrow, November 16th at 1 p.m., followed immediately by our first budget committee meeting on Thursday, November the 17th at 9 a.m. And then our first council meeting will follow next week on November 22nd at 1 p.m. Wrapping up, may I please have a motion on bylaw 2022-109 being bylaw to confirm the proceedings of Council of Norfolk County at this inaugural council meeting held on the 15th day of November 2022, and the bylaw be approved, signed by the mayor and clerk, and affixed with the corporate seal. Councillor Huffman, seconded by Councillor Columbus. All of those in favor? Carried. This inaugural meeting is now adjourned. Thank you all very, very much, and congratulations to all of my colleagues.